Hello, alright, my name is Rosie and welcome to my channel. Here we give tips on how you can overcome depression day after day. In this video you will discover 5 hidden signs that a person with depression presents, and how you can identify and even help someone who is going through this problem. You are very lucky to be watching this video, because with these tips you will not need to go through the pain and suffering that I and many friends go through due to depression. I know very well what it is like to feel this emptiness in mind and soul, that anguish, that feeling of living without hope tomorrow. As I wanted to hear those words, I'm sure I would have spared my suffering a lot if I had listened to those signs. Today, thank God, I am a person totally recovered and well with life, so it is very important that you watch until the end not to miss any details. But first, I kindly ask that you subscribe to our channel, enjoy and share the video so that as many people as possible can be reached with this knowledge. Identifying a depressed person is easy, certain, not always. The assumption of that a depressed person is sad or careless can be misleading because the depression is not always obvious. In fact, many of us struggle with this condition silently. On the outside we smile and act amicably, but on the inside we want to disappear, and sometimes we don't even know why, right? In this video, know the 5 hidden signs of depression. First sign: compulsions. Some of us like to do different things whenever possible, others love to follow the same routine every single day. Whatever your style is, if you notice that you have gone on to devote too much to certain activities without clear justifications, then it may indicate that you are having difficulty dealing with some dissatisfaction internally. So if you notice that you're devoting a lot of time to physical exercise, that you're listening to music too often, or that you're moving too far into your hobbies, it's possible that you're trying to escape your own feelings, your own anguish, which is a sneaky sign of depression. Second sign: irregular food and sleep. It's common for depression to take some people out of orbit, and they have difficulty in maintaining regular eating and sleep patterns. Some begin to overeat and oversleep, others less. Often we fall to these extremes when we struggle with depression, and these irregularities end up draining even more of our energy. Third sign: overthink. If you find yourself constantly questioning the meaning of life, imagining what your life would be like today if you hadn't done this or that, and having deep conversations with yourself about life and death, maybe you're just one thoughtful person, but it is also likely that you are depressed and ruminating on the uncertainties of the future and the frustrations of the past. A common tendency in people who are depressed and unaware, but notice that they are without direction, lost and afraid. Fourth sign: fear of abandonment. It's common for depressed people to have trouble building relationships interpersonal. They try to sustain a forced smile, but inside they feel heavy, unwanted, unattractive, and believe that if they let other people into their space, they will notice, leaving behind a feeling of abandonment and loneliness. This means that depressed people fear being helpless when they most need support, and this fear can become a barrier to building new bonds, which is a shame, because no one should fight depression alone. Fifth sign: lack of patience. Anyone can lose patience and eventually, but if it starts to happen very often, it can be a sign that depression is setting in, as it makes the person feel the day-to-day conflicts more intensely than normal. In other words, depression does not always manifest as sadness or discouragement. No, instead you may feel more frustrated, dissatisfied, and impatient with others, and if these signs are ignored more, you will feel as if you are about to receive the last drop of water, and your depression will become stronger. Have you noticed any of these 5 signs in yourself or in a nearby person? If the answer is yes, you can always get help. It is very important to seek psychological help and not be ashamed to open up to family or good friends. Venting can bring a great relief and take a load off our conscience. There are currently several alternatives to combat depression and relieve and a lot of the symptoms. I say this because I suffered for 15 years with this disease, and it took me a long time to accept that I had this problem. Only from the moment I accepted for myself, I decided to seek help, face and overcome depression once and for all. Only that unfortunately along that way I spent a lot of money on drugs and treatments that didn't help me at all. I don't want the same thing to happen to you. I always looked for something that would bring me a definitive result and could get rid of this disease. It was when I came across a solution that is poorly publicized and few people know about it that helped not only me but thousands of people to overcome depression. I will leave in the description of the video and in the first comment the link of the solution that helped me to get rid of depression and made me stop being a sad and lifeless woman to live a full and contagious joy. I wish in my heart that you also overcome depression as I did. A strong hug, and until the next video.